Hola, bonjour, merhaba, konnichiwa, guan, hello. You know who it is, people. It's Arsenal's Realist. I want to thank you all in the building. I want to thank all the subs, all the subscribers, and everybody who has hit the like button and is going to hit the like button. As you can see, that's the channel in the background. But this is an important video, people. We've come a long way as Arsenal fans. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's been left, there's been rights, yeah? But ultimately, it's all downwards now. And recently, prior to, let's be excited, at the time there was huge factions of the fan base not doing nothing about no protests. Some people was, although they went out and bought not the night kit, the new kit, so the protests were irrelevant. How stupid. But there was people in America and Vegas, the fans went there, and I remember people were saying, I actually was hearing, hashtag we care to you is very smart if you think about it. Because they're not saying Kroenke out, this is what certain out people were saying. They're not saying Kroenke out, and they're not making it negative and putting a bad energy on the club. Oh, apparently we're putting the bad energy on the club. But what they're saying is we care. Do you? It's a smart thing. It's a good thing. Because at this time, I was putting pressure on, bruv. The Kroenke message was getting out there. Certain channels were slowly having to change their narrative. But everything's come to a grinding halt. And that is after a hashtag we care, do you? Trickling forward. Be excited, they said. After manager's getting sacked. And we come to where we are now. So, the hashtag, we care to you. And I'll tell you my thoughts a little bit about it after, because it did get manipulated and spinballed into a money machine, an online trend, a meme, a gif, a fugazi, if you will. But, let me read this out to you, take it in, and yeah, we'll carry on. So, alright then, I'm going to read it to you people, and let's remember where we've come from that point to this point. As Arsenal fans, we have watched frustrating as the team's football performances have declined over the past decade. When Stan Kroenke began buying Arsenal shares, the club had just competed in its first Champions League final. 12 years on, Arsenal are about to play in the Europa League for the third year running. 4th, 5th, 6th, let's get it right. Off the pitch, fans have never felt more marginalised, less listened to or valued. This was sadly illustrated when Stan Kroenke forcibly bought out the last remaining shareholders, without even a word of appreciation for the custodianship role in the club. We're going to elaborate on that. It feels as tough as Arsenal as at a crossroads. Things need to change. What all of us as signatories to the statement want to see is meaningful action by Stan Kroenke to re-innovate our football club. This requires work to strengthen the club, board and football executives, and once again, make Arsenal a place where fans have a real sense of belonging. Change needs to start with better leadership. In his takeover document, Stan Kroenke said, ambitions for the club are to see it competing consistently to win Premier Leagues and Champions League. We see little evidence of how this is to be achieved. Instead, our club feels like an investment vehicle, personalised by the owner, in a statement that he didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies. Yeah, we all remember that. If Stan Kroenke is going to be absent from London, he needs to make sure the board delegates. There is a desperate need for some new dynamic appointments. The addition of independent-minded directors can act as a genuine check and balance on the owner. Ideal candidates would have football and commercial experience relevant to the needs of the football club in 2019, and ideally some Arsenal DNA. Arsenal have unveiled money in recent years, but their approach to both buying players and paying wages looks uncoordinated. and appears to a lack of strategy. There has also been a lot of turnover in the last senior football personnel. A strong board would be productively managing this. Now, people, I don't know if it's because it's old, it's new, man ain't read it in a while, or I just read it. Now, I signed that. Did you sign it? Because I did, yeah? And I know them man didn't. But now, looking at them little shysty points I've just gone over, has any word of the hashtag We Care Do You gone in anybody's ear? Upstairs? Does the Kroenkes, have they even listened to it? Hell no! There was a movement at the time. The hashtag We Care came and it got so much general movement potential and momentum, and the snowball effect it mounted to a molehill. Certain flip-flop TVs were out in Vegas starting to say, well, Kroenke this, Kroenke that, first time in years. But ultimately, the hashtag We Care Do You died down, making me think and making many people feel, was it just a meme, a social trend, a thing for everyone to do videos on? Because ultimately Turkish did protest, as he said, at 6, 7 in the morning, because if a real protest, you wouldn't do it at 6 in the morning, bruv, because no one else can get up. But he done a protest. Big up to him for that. I respect anyone that's bringing any light on the situation. With an Arsenal top on. How are you going to protest while you're paying money for the merchandise? Now, Robbie went there to interview him, he did. He went there, he said, what's the point of all of this? It don't make sense. So his million followers and another faction of the fan base, a huge portion which could have helped push us in a good direction, it fell on deaf doors. DT didn't support Turkish. Nobody who, part of the AFTV fan base, anyone you've ever seen, did not support Turkish on that day. He was on his own. And ultimately, you're protesting while wearing a new Arsenal top. Very, very strange. So, the hashtag We Care Do You has come, correlating at the time with Turkish doing a protest. Nobody, absolutely nobody supported him from his business, his team members, from Death Row Records, aka Suge Knight. He got completely disrespected in the sense of nobody supported him. Now we fast forward and you can fast backwards, which is technically called rewinding. DT's murmuring, Kroenke's the problem. That's brilliant. Lee's not. Lee used to say it, he'll never say it now. But people are murmuring that there's certain people who are the problem. So it makes me think, if you know these people are the problem, how come you left Turkish out in the cold? It's extremely weird to me. Extremely weird. But that's not my issue. My issue is with Arsenal want to make Arsenal better, and I'm highlighting the points where certain snowball effects, certain mountains that could have been turned into molehills have lost momentum, have lost steam, because people have got in the way, people with huge fan bases. So now what we need to do is unite as a fan base, people. Unite as an Arsenal and unite for a common cause. That's what a group is. That's what a squad is. A group of people united towards a common cause. We've not had a common cause at Arsenal. And that hashtag We Care Do You just shows you how much we've been lied to, because shortly after that we get told, be excited. Be excited. We say, do you know what? Let's believe this bullshit. Let's be excited. We've got Martinelli, we've got Lacazette, we've got Aubameyang, we've got no defenders. So do you know what? We're going to spend 72 on Pepe because we spend so much money. But hold on, Zaha was there for 40. He wanted to come. English pedigree, Rennie could have made a difference that season. And also we had Martinelli. So why didn't we? If we got 72 million, didn't we slap a 70 on someone like Koulibaly? On Upper Mancana, slap an extra 30 on it, 100, whatever it is to get the job done. Because we've been lied to from the upstairs, the same way we've been lied to with a hashtag We Care Do You. If we've been lied to in that capacity, and I've just proven we've been lied to, I've just read it, I'm not reading it again, they can lie to us in any capacity. Because the reason we got Pepe was to sell shirts, was to shut the hashtag We Care Do You up and everything. And also, Zaha would have cost 40 million, almost cash. Pepe cost about 10 million cash. You see the difference, people? You see the difference? Now, before I go, the hashtag We Care Do You has led on to other statements and other things. Now, this is a statement released recently. Now, we are playing Man City recently. Now, we are the fans of Arsenal. Without the fans, nothing is nothing. Nothing. All you can do is rely on the fans because we pay everything and their wages. I want to read you out another statement, guys, and this statement is just to show you how much love comes from the top of Arsenal down to the bottom, to the fans. So let's take a seat and then I'll carry on reading. Again, people, another "we care, do you" has popped up, and I want to read it because when I say a "we care, do you," it's intriguing. It's intriguing. I'm going to say what I'm going to say after, but let me read it first. Following the announcement at 11 p.m. on Tuesday, the 3rd of March, Arsenal's away fixtures at Man City would be played on the arse of our club and the Premier League, arranging the game over 200 miles away from the away team's home ground, with only 7 days' notice, in the middle of the working week, and with zero public transport options. Availability for the travel back to London shows a complete and utter disregard for travelling of Arsenal fans, who have already been asked to go above and beyond to Call of Duty, with 6 Monday night away game matches this season following on from the final in Baku. The Premier League has recognised the importance of away fans in generating a passionate atmosphere at the game, and has helped with ticket price caps and ensuring that away supporters are situated close to the pitch. However, this assists into insignificance if games are to be scheduled such that fans cannot make it to the stadium without incurring significant financial and logistic inconvenience. We would like an explanation to know how the decision to play games at this time will reach, what factors were taken into consideration, and why the whole process took 5 days for the data to become available. Now, what I want to say today is, blood, I can solve that problem for you. It's a lockdown, games are going to get played behind closed doors, you won't travel nowhere. Bang, that's just like that. So don't ever think, and I can tell you now, before we knew the 17th, everyone's going to be coming out of lockdown and you're going to go to the football, you're going to go to the cinema, you're going to go have dinner. I can guarantee to you, nobody knew it was going to be, when this all started, we knew we would come out of lockdown soon, we're going to finish the Premier League, everyone knew it. But I guarantee nobody knew and nobody foresaw that in one way or the other, ultimately, they would have done this even if we was allowed to all go to the game and the stadium was going to be filled up. They would have let everyone just travel, bruv, and last minute spend your pee, get caught out in the virus, come home, do this. Hashtag we care, do you? Well, the answer is hell to the no. He said, be excited. I said, why the fuck you lying? Tell me why you lying. Oh, bitch, why you lying? Listen, it's Arsenal's Realist, people, yeah? Hashtag we care, do you? Spread the message. If the Kroenkes don't want to treat us right, do you know what? We ain't going to treat you right. It's a hype. Good night, but it is the morning. Arsenal's Realist. You know who it is, people. I'll see you soon. And also, we've got all sorts of lives coming. Never forget, check all the videos. Like, sub, share, tell a friend. Make sure you love your people. Make sure your people love you. Kroenke, man's coming for you, innit? See you later, guys. Bully!